This is why you match with only fat women.
Okay.
That was it. That was it.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Quite the intro there.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We both had it at different points with our dating apps where we were only matching with overweight chicks. I didn't do dating apps for the first 4 or 5 years of them being a thing until I started working with a company that was actually big in it. And then they showed me some little techniques here and there. Then I started getting into it myself and started studying it. I started studying the algorithm. I started split testing, started looking at other people's stuff. I started writing down notes. And there is such a clear path to getting good at this. It's just funny that most guys, all right, so with game, a lot of guys won't recognize how many avenues you have to get good with women until you actually start experiencing it or putting yourself in there. At first, it feels like you're spinning your wheels, but eventually like, oh, wait, that worked. Oh, wait, this worked. And then you start leaning into those different aspects that you're finding. Like you might have started hitting the gym and you're like, why isn't this working? Why is hitting the gym not making me better with girls? But then you start finding that when you're more confident, girls receive you better. When you're having fun for yourself, girls start liking you. So then you start leaning into these little things, start catching. In the same way, with dating apps, there are these little buttons that you can push to get better. One of them is photos. A lot of guys think that they are...
I thought you were going to say the clitoris.
That's a different video.
Whatever.
That's a different video, and it's going to be on Pornhub. So, or OnlyFans. Subscribe. So, nobody wants to see our fat asses on OnlyFans. So, in regards to photos, like we've had photos that will rate
Type 1 if you want us to make an OnlyFans, by the way.
Yeah. We can show our photos. Like I could clip them in right here, but we've had photos that rate really low and they rate really high.
I just said us make an OnlyFans, which sounds like we're making one together.
All right,
you want each of us to make separate OnlyFans.
The real truth of
exposed,
turn gay. So
that's how you get. That's how you match with hotties on dating apps.
Go for gay guys. Gay guys. Yeah, they don't have standards either because they're men.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've known gay men that like slept with 700, 800 people.
Yeah.
Like that's normal.
In regards to pictures, a lot of guys, they think that their looks are what are preventing them from getting a good photo or having a good dating app. But there's so many things you could do. You can touch on your teeth. You can hit certain angles. You can try different places. Lighting. You can figure out how to lighten up your eyes. You can add a tan to your look. You can darken your beard like you did in that photo. That made your photo like go way up in value and what girls thought. It's also a lot to do with your emotions. Your emotions will play a huge role. And anybody can do this in the comment section below. If you guys are actually curious about this, do a photo. So take 2 photos. Get one where you're in the pocket, where you're in the zone, where you're authentically laughing and have a lot of fun. I mean authentically, not fake laughing, like a nervous laughter.
What about people who are never in the pocket, never having fun? Like
thoughts.
all the black pill people are like, oh, I don't get any matches on Tinder. Yeah, you've never had a good emotion.
They're so dark.
Your pictures look, first of all, you're probably in your basement, selfie, look like a serial killer. You also have this expression of like a black void of darkness. And you're like, I don't get any matches. What's going on here? I'm just not good looking enough. Your pictures fucking suck.
Well,
they're trash.
Your girls care a lot. So your emotional headspace, positive emotions, excitement, happiness, relaxation. These emotions are those of a guy of high value and high status. Confidence, having certainty. These emotions, when they exude through a photo, they're very attractive. So if you take a photo of when you're out of it, I have a bunch. I have more of those than I do of me being in state when I take photos because I still feel slightly awkward taking photos. But the photos where I was in the pocket, where I was in state, where I was in a good, amazing energy, those photos rated so much fucking better. I mean, like by 5 to 6 points.
So that's my photography secret. When you're not a good photographer, you take 5 pictures, they're all gonna fucking suck.
Well, even good
so what you do is, well, good. I mean.
Well,
I would disagree with that. I think good photographers actually know how to get you in the right state and exactly when to take it, so they won't have that problem as much. But what I do is, like when I use my actual camera, I just have it on 11 shots per second, so it just goes, and then eventually some of them turn out good. Most of them are trash. I get rid of them, but then there's going to be a few good pictures. A lot of guys, they think they're just not photogenic, but you took 5 pictures, they all sucked, and you gave up.
You need to take hundreds of thousands. I call it the journey.
I don't know about hundreds of thousands.
No, not hundreds of thousands. I call it the journey of 10,000 photos. If you take 10,000 photos, you will have a lot of really good photos in there. There'll be like a handful, like a small handful of photos that are gonna be a 9 and above. That's the thing. We take a lot of photos, but we're also we have cameras. We have nice cameras. We're always on videos, so we had it a little easier. But the thing that we started doing was we go out and game with the camera. If you're out with your boys and your friends, and you want to go game, go talk to girls, bring a camera. It's a really good prop to have too. Or if you go hiking, or if you go
I mean, even an iPhone can get good enough
Yeah.
pictures as long as you take a lot.
Yeah.
Like, they're not bad.
Yeah. It's like, then you should be starting to work on the editing. And if you get a really good photo that rates well, now is the point where you need to start experimenting with it. Where now's the part where you need to start reworking it and reworking and reworking it. That photo, your top photo, you reworked like 10 times, 12 times, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you gave it to a specialist, I think? You hired somebody to actually...
No.
No, you did it yourself.
But initially that photo was one of my best. It got like an 8.9. So I decided to try to touch it up, and eventually I got it to a 9.6, and that's rated by women on the app Photo Feeler. So a bunch of women rated out of 10 on attractiveness, and I got that picture to a 9.6. Now the first picture that I used to use on my dating apps was, I think it was a 4.6. And I thought this was a good picture. It's my YouTube picture. I thought it was a good picture. 4.6. So actual women rated it as trash. And then when I realized my picture's trash, no wonder I'm not getting any matches, or I'm only matching fatties. Then now the 9.6, now I've got like 100 matches that I haven't even messaged.
Yeah.
No, a little flex there. But I don't even have time for the matches.
Yeah. Let's put in another point. A lot of guys also follow certain cliches with photos, or they'll have maybe even have a handful.
I have a
photos.
Fish.
Yeah,
That
don't do
one's
fishes.
good.
Don't do fishes.
I caught a fish,
Yeah.
and I'm never gonna get any pussy. That's what that one says.
If you're trying to also get swiped on your body, do it in a candid way. Do it by a pool. Don't do it in a gym selfie mirror. Do it in where you're having fun and jumping off a cliff or doing some crazy fun stuff with your boys. Don't try to it's very clairvoyant, and when you do it that way, it looks supplicating, and it will actually lose you out on results. Girls are gonna be
Clairvoyant means psychic.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also, it means clear, right? Clear.
I think it means psychic.
Yeah, but it also means clear. I think.
We'll look it up. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll probably snap it in right here in the video. I'll snap it in
Proving you're wrong. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I might be actually. Who knows? You're more the writer than I am. At least currently.
By the way, get my new book, The Game Plan, available on the link below, probably.
Don't. No, don't.
I don't misuse the word clairvoyant in the book.